Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever wanted to see if one year was better than another?
All night I could not sleep. I was just thinking, in the morning I will make my video private again. What did I do? I made a mistake.
So, I had the good fortune of last week. I got to hunt with somebody by the name of Chris. He's become a friend of mine. I had some adventures with him. He took me to his hometown. I got to hunt like 15 liquor stores. He's a local guy. He's in the bourbon clubs out here. I got to hunt his home area where he grew up at, Warner Robins, and had an amazing time. And then we got to visit 13th Colony earlier this week, and what an amazing time and blast that was. But on our hunting trip, he found the Bombergers and Shanks 2021, and there happened to be a bottle of the Bombergers 22, and he was like, and he had been looking for that Bombergers, and he was fortunate enough that he got the 21, I got the 22, and we swapped out samples because we were like, I need to see which one of these is better. We had that thing. I said, well, let's just swap out some samples. But then as I'm looking, reflecting on things, because this is the sample from Chris on here, this is the Bombergers 2021. I said, I think I've got another sample of that 2022 around here. And sure enough, I had a sample right here, Bomberger's 2022. This is from Terrence and this is from Chris. This will be samples 22 and 23 for the March Madness right here. And I said, why not put them head to head and see which one I kind of like the best? And it's like kind of like a pizza. Sometimes they're always going to be good. Sometimes they're going to be great, and they're always going to be good. But let's see which one I happen to prefer. And there's not saying that one's better than other. Well, I guess I will be saying which one's better than the other, but it may not. My opinion may not reflect somebody else's opinion. So I'm kind of curious on that as well. I was just totally wrong because that tasted freaking really good. So let me put 22 and 23 over here in the sample packs for those that are on the Patreon. You know what this is for. I am sampling 31 samples for March Madness. Luckily, my Auburn Tigers did me a great favor and made it where I don't have to watch the NCAA tournament anymore, but I still will be drinking through the end of the month. So looking forward to that. But I'm saving an ounce of these 2 ounce pours for someone on the Patreon to win that. So they'll get 1 ounce of 31 different pours. All of these have been contributed to the channel from someone. On this one, the 23, which is on this side right here, was from Terrence, and that's in the Independent Joe Glen. And in the Clear Glen is the Bombergers 21, which was donated by Chris. Thank you both again for that. Looking forward to it. So Bombergers and Shanks, they're Michter's products that they release once a year. It's kind of an annual thing, kind of a homage to the original people that started the distillery, and it's something that's pretty well sought after. And I've come to like these very much, and it was kind of probably Terrence that got me into this with the Bombergers, and he's like, "You got to try it." And I'm like, "Man, this is pretty dang good." And then Chris, I found he was kind of a fan of this as we were out hunting, and I kept trying to find a bottle for him, find a bottle for him. And we walk in the store, and he finds a bottle of his own for cheaper than we find anywhere. So I was like, that is cool. So let's see what we got on these two great pours. They're coming in at 108 proof. Like I said, I'm interested to see what the difference is. I can see already that there is a difference in the color. The 2021's a little bit lighter in color. I'd say more of a yellowish amber, where the 2022 kind of has a cola looking color to it, a deep orange cola looking color to it. So very interesting that there's a difference on the colors on these already. Let's get a nose on the 2021. So I'm getting good vanillas. I'm getting kind of an herbal note on there, which I'm kind of digging, kind of a rye spice type of thing going on as well. Kind of a refreshing note on it. Kind of getting a dark fruit, more like a fig type of thing on here. Not quite like a raisin or anything yet, but kind of a fig type of thing going on there. Let's get to that 2022. Oh. So on the 2022, I'm getting a little bit different here. The 2022, I'm not getting maybe as much of the herbalness, but I'm getting more caramel and some darker fruit on this, where I'm getting a little more of like a raisin, a deep raisin, where I'm getting kind of a fig on this. So a little bit different. So I'm also getting like a oak and sweet tobacco type of note on the 2022. You get that oak and you get a little bit of a tobacco note on the 2021, but it's not as prevalent as it is on the nose on the 2022 for me. The viscosity on both of these is very, very nice. Taking a long time for the legs to form, so you got some great oils in there. I would say just on the nose, I'm leaning towards the 2022. Now, sometimes you can get surprised by the palate and finish, things like that. But the nose, to me, for what I like in a bourbon, and that doesn't mean everyone's going to like the same thing, but kind of a deeper, darker, richer type of a nose for me that I'm getting off the 2022. Now, I'm not saying 2021 nose is bad. I'm just saying I prefer the 2022 nose. Let's go ahead and give it a taste, see what we got. Wow. This has got a little bit of a spiciness to it at 108 proof, but it's got a very nice mouthfeel to it. I almost get like a little bit of a cola taste on the back of that, which is kind of neat, that I'm really, really digging on this. And the finish is nice. You do get some of that oak on there. Not overly bitter at all. It's kind of more of a sweet oak on there. But I'm getting a nice little fruity finish on the back end of this. It's kind of strange because I wouldn't even expecting this, but I'm almost getting a little bit of a banana note on there. A little bit of a cola on the back. I'm getting a little bit of a spiciness on there from a rye. Proof point's very nice. It drinks very, very easy for me at 108 proof. So really liking the proof point on this. The finish on it's very nice. I'm getting a medium long finish on this. Man, there's something on there too that's just a very refreshing note that I like on this. So, I kind of get like more of a fig on the nose, but on the palate, I'm getting, like I said, a little bit of a banana, a little bit of a cola thing going on, a little bit of like a white pepper. So a little bit of pepperiness on there. Then you get, some of the oak in the finish, and it's just a nice mellow thing. And it is kind of refreshing, which I really like as well on this. So 2021. I'm going to cleanse my palate a little bit. I'm going to try this 2022. So coming back to the nose on that 2021, it seems like it's opened up a little more, maybe because I've tasted it. So it's smell. The nose is even better than before I tasted it. Let's get into this 2022, which kind of has a darker, richer type of a nose. So this one does not have like say the spice, the pepperiness of the 2022. But to me, it just has a smoother overall mouthfeel to it. The finish isn't as long on this one. I can give it that. You get this nice smoothness, you get the oiliness, you get more of an intensity from the sugars up front, but then it kind of finishes a little bit faster on this. So I'm getting two different things here, which is you don't know if you're necessarily going to expect that from year to year, but this one seems like it's more refined, where this one has a little more jagged edges. This one has a little more refinement, but then it leaves you a little bit faster. So on this one, I am getting more of the sweet tobacco, getting more of the oak. It finishes a little bit better now. This second one here, maybe I had some water that was still working. It kind of maybe diluted that finish a little bit. So I'm getting the back end stuff that I was kind of expecting off the nose a little more prevalent now. So I am getting that oak. I am getting that sweet tobacco. I am getting some dark fruits in there. I'm getting a little more intense caramel up front, but it doesn't have the spiciness that I really, really kind of like on this 2021, because you get that nice little change of pace type of thing going on. But the mouthfeel on this is exceptional. The viscosity on this is exceptional. This is going to be a tough one. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be announcing who won that 2-ounce pour from the Bombergers. Then this is the 2022 edition. So, we'll see who ends up winning out here. But they're still excellent pours. Both these are excellent pours. If you saw the video, you knew what to say in it. Looking forward to seeing, who wins that 2-ounce pour tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Normally I go with the TAP water, but today I figure I'm going fancy. I'm going great value here. Because I don't want to besmirch either one of these products here. So let's clear it up a little bit and we'll start back on 2022. One thing that's nice about something I would consider lower proof, not everyone, but at 108, is I can really get in there, not burning up my nose in any ways, and I can just pull a lot of different things. And that dark richness of this is what really, really I'm gravitating towards on the nose. Like I said, it has all the features that I like. It's got some sweet, it's got some depth to it. It moves into kind of more your savory type of things that just kind of stick in the back of your palate, your oaks, your char, your tobacco. Exceptional pour. I'd say it's probably about a medium finish. I'm not going to give it the medium long that I got on the 2021. But the smoothness and the mouthfeel, I would say, the nose and the mouthfeel on the 2022 are better. But I'm going to come back to this 2021 now and see which one I like best for overall taste on palate. It's not as intense up front, but it kind of ramps up. And I'm really, really digging this. So I'm thinking with my overall taste, how you get that refreshing note, you get a little bit of a fruitiness, you're getting a little bit of the banana on the back, but you're just getting touched with the oak and some of the tobacco where it's more intense on 2022. It just kind of transitions nice on 2021 and you get a nice longer finish, which I'm enjoying. So I would say out of the two, I would say the better nose and the mouthfeel is coming off of 2022. The better finish and the flavors and the way that they move through you, I'd say is coming on 2021. If I was forced to say which one of these are you going to take if you can only have one for the rest of your life, I'd probably take 2021. I would take 2021 just because it adds something extra with the finish and the way it elongates those flavors and it brings in some extra things for you. Both excellent pours. I'm interested to see who's going to win the 2022 pour tomorrow. But man, that 2021, I think both of them are outstanding pours, but it just does something different for me. And for me, 2021 was a better batch than 2022. Now, doesn't mean that it's going to be that way for everyone. That's why you want to try these things and you want to check them out. You want to see what works for you. Thank you very much. Chris, I appreciate it. Terrence, I appreciate it. Siding on the 2021 here today, but you know what? Neither one of these are bad pours. I'm going to enjoy this. Today, pray for me. I'm going to go out there, and I went to the Alabama bourbon drop, which I'll talk about that tomorrow, to this morning. And then I'm going out paintballing this evening. I'm about to get tore up by a bunch of 13 through 18-year-olds, so pray for me there. I'm going to be bruised and battered by the time I get home. So it was probably a good thing I had a couple of pours so my wife can drive me and I can focus and enjoy the last few minutes not being pain-free for the rest of the weekend. So looking forward to that. If you're working today, I hope and pray your work day goes by fast. I hope you're successful in things that you do, and I hope you bring great energy to your teams. If you happen to be off today, I'm hoping time slows down, especially when them paintballs are coming at me today. But I hope that you guys get out and do something that you've been wanting to do. Start if it's warm enough, start your garden. I'm going to be starting a garden here before long. I usually wait till after Easter because it'll freeze, and then I have to start all over. But start your garden or start getting the preparation work done. Spend some time with some friends and family. Have a nice meal. Plan a nice meal. Call someone you haven't talked to in a while. Hopefully you hear from someone you haven't heard from in a while. So I hope that time slows down so you can renew your energy for yourself. But most importantly, all, cheers and God bless. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you.